Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. We're making our way through Connacht and we've made our way finally to Denholm. Hello.
Ah, here's our troublemaker. You've really caused a stir around here with that spectacle in front of the Menhir. I had everything in order. The cart was ready, and people were all set to move to Camelot. But now, you appear out of nowhere, and suddenly a dying pile of stones lights up like a bonfire. That's bad. That's very bad.
Yeah, I know that throws a bit of a hitch into your plans. I apologize. I didn't mean it. Why is it so bad?
Firstly, because now I have to write yet another report to Camelot that we're going to be late, and that they need to send us even more supplies. Secondly, you've somehow reignited the Menhir, and this has reignited people's hopes that they can stay, and that's dangerous. And before you ask why it's dangerous, take a look around town. The recent Red Death outbreak took its toll, and I'm pretty sure things are just going to get worse and worse. But you should be thankful to them. Their hopes are the only reason we haven't locked you up for sabotaging our initiative.
It's not like I knew this was going to happen. Maybe I can be of use, though? Why should I care? I'm just passing through. It's not like I knew this was going to happen.
That's the assumption I decided to go with, and that's why we're talking. Perhaps there's still a chance to sort out this mess.
What do you have in mind?
You can go tell Murig that your presence doesn't change anything about our deal, and that you are unwilling to help with his endeavors, whatever they may be. And if he doesn't listen, play along, but come back to me when you learn what he has planned.
Who's Murig? Why do you want to take the men here? Whoa, you have so many dialogue options. Why do you need that Murig? And Fabius asked me to make weird lanterns. He says it'll help protect the fields. And then we have a bunch of quest stuff. Why do you want to take them in here?
Isn't it obvious? For the safety of all the residents of Avalon. Only by gathering the Menhirs in one place and reigniting them will we be able to keep ourselves safe from the weirdness. Avalon's population has significantly declined over recent years. We're on the brink of extinction, damn it. That's why we need to stick together, to take care of each other. Only Camelot possesses the necessary infrastructure to establish the right conditions for its people. If they remain here, they will die, either from the weirdness itself or from the horde of monsters it spawns. And there aren't enough soldiers here for their protection. You must know that I didn't come here just to obey orders. I truly believe that this is the only way to save everyone on Avalon.
I'm still stuck on the fact that Camelot doesn't know how to relight the Menhirs, to my knowledge. So, otherwise, I mean, maybe they did know, and they were just choosing not to light this one and all the others so that they could take them. But to my knowledge, they don't know how to light them, so they're planning to take them and hope they can figure out how to light them. And what if your plan doesn't work? What if the weirdness remains a threat?
Then at the very least, we'll have bought some time for those wiser than us to think of an alternative solution. Perhaps we will invade Tuathan, like in the glorious old days. Or perhaps someone will find a way to free the derelict fleet, allowing us return to the homelands. I don't know. But there's one thing I'm certain of, and I'll repeat it as often as necessary. Only by standing together can we overcome the weirdness. Scattering our people across the island is the worst solution, and it's a sure path to our ruin.
I mean, people are planning to stand together against Camelot, so... Why do you need Murig?
Murig, who apparently prefers to be called Maggot, is a druid, even though he may not look the part. And druids are the only ones who know the rituals necessary to ignite the Menhirs. Due to bad luck, or more accurately, the decisions of my superiors, our options for druids are limited. That's why I'm forced to work with Murig, and prophet be my witness, neither of us is happy about that. But I'm no fool. I know that what happened in front of the Menhir might make Murig consider double-crossing us. He'll try to find a way to reignite the Menhir so that it could stay in Connacht despite our agreement. So, if you ever find out what he's planning, if he ever asks you to fetch something for his ritual, you make sure you come to me first.
Interesting. We have heard of Maggot as a druid. Okay. So... was it just a brief lighting of the Menhir? Is that what I'm misunderstanding about all of this? Because he's now talking about how Menhir may want to light the Menhir. And it's like, isn't it already lit? Didn't we do that? But maybe we just briefly lit it up? Which could be why everyone's not focused on staying if it's not actually still lit. I don't know. Fabius asked me to make weird lanterns. He says they'll help protect the fields.
Weird lanterns, you say? Of course, that sounds like Fabius. Always scheming. Always so subtle in his little power plays. It's obvious what he's really doing. Going behind my back to curry favor with the locals. He doesn't care about their crops or their lives. He just wants to be the hero of Connacht.
I'm pretty sure that's me. But you think there's more to it?
Mark my words, whatever he's promised you, there's more to it. Fabius doesn't lift a finger unless it serves his interests. I don't like it, but I'll tolerate it, for now. Just don't let him drag you too deep into his games. There's more at stake here than he'd have you believe.
Okay. What exactly do you think Fabius is hiding? You seem to know him better than most. Maybe he's not as self-serving as you think. The farmers need this, and he's the one doing something about it. Could be. If you're so concerned, why don't you do something to help the farmers instead of complaining about Fabius? Also fair. What exactly do you think he's hiding?
What isn't he hiding? Fabius wraps himself in the guise of charity, but every move he makes serves the Red Church first and foremost. The lanterns? A means to anchor the Menhir for their convenience, not for the farmer's sake. Don't let his piety fool you. It's just another tool.
Okay. I saw you soldiers pounding on some poor man's door.
Yes, on my orders. Firkett needs to give me an explanation for a very unfortunate accident in which innocent soldiers were hurt.
What happened, and who is he exactly? What happened?
One of our warehouses burned down. The one where we kept all of Firkett's inventions. My men suspect sabotage, which isn't exactly unheard of around here. I do have my doubts, though.
Oh.
They say Firkett is a madman, and madmen tend to be poor planners. Trust me, I know all about it.
Who's Firkett exactly?
He's a local inventor, and as far as I know, doesn't have the best reputation in Connacht. At the moment, at least. There was a time when he was quite useful. He invented various machines for more efficient farming and other practical applications. But now he's apparently fixated on the weirdness, and he doesn't want to talk about anything else. People are afraid of him. Since you're already here, I might have a task for you.
Yeah?
Firkett refuses to talk to my men, and the locals don't trust him. There's a slim chance that anyone would be willing to mediate the matter. But you, he doesn't know you. Perhaps he'll be more open with a stranger and confess the truth. So, are you interested?
Yes. I'd love to take over the investigation. What should I do?
You can ask him if he set fire to our warehouse on purpose. You should also try to bring him in voluntarily, though knowing Firkett, that's unlikely. Do whatever you think is best. I just want to find out who is responsible for this accident and make an informed decision based on that. Here are the orders. Show them to the boys by the gate and they'll let you in to see Firkit.
Okay. Weren't there other things I could talk to you
As
about?
soon as you find out what happened with Firkit, report back to me immediately.
Okay. I heard from 2 Dalrita that you offer payment for the scalps of deserters. Yes. And your men's lost his mind. Yes. The one in the hospital? Lord Yvain says you owe restitution to the tavern's owner for closing it down. Also true. We'll start with the Dalrita offering payments for scalps. Or the Dalrita saying you offer payments for scalps.
Who told you that? The Dalriata? I've never paid a single gold coin to any Dalriata for deserters. Not even once in my life. However, there is some truth to what you've heard. You see, it's hard to keep the men's morale up in these uncertain times. It's really no wonder that every once in a while, some of them try to desert. Still, this is the military. Desertion is unacceptable and will always be punishable by death. Camelot especially insists on nipping that problem in the bud. So if you do take care of the deserters, you can be sure you'll be rewarded. Asgal will pay out bounties for each and every scalp you manage to bring him. Anything else?
So he's like, I would never do that. I would never pay for scalps of deserters. But if you go to Asgal, he will pay for scalps of deserters. What would you want to do with the Dalrita who are spreading this rumor?
Me? There's not much I can do right now. I have to stay in Cunnacht with my men until we get the locals to consider moving to Camelot. But if someone were willing to handle them in whatever way they saw fit, as long as they stop being a threat to my men and the people here, they'd have my thanks. But all this should stay between us and on the down low.
Okay. I don't really see what they did wrong, because they're spreading this horrible false rumor that he pays for scalps, and he doesn't. His second in command pays for scalps. It's like, to someone who's far outside the ranks like the Dalrita, it's essentially the same thing. But I guess we need to stop them or kill them or something so they can't keep spreading this semi-false rumor. I see, I'll take care of it.
Excellent. If you need anything, you know where to find me.
One of your men has lost his mind.
If only it were just one. Sorry. You're talking about the poor man in hospital, right?
Yes.
He's a scout. We've been preparing to evacuate the residence, and I sent him out a while back to make sure the route to Camelot was safe and clear. Looks like he tried to take a shortcut through the waterworks. That's where they found him, babbling and talking nonsense. The weirdness must have caught him.
Is there any way to help him? If your scout ended up in such a state, the road doesn't seem all that safe. Very true. Is there any way to help him?
Pray to the All-Mother. Although, truth be told, although I've seen plenty fall victim to the weirdness, I've yet to see any divine intervention from our goddess. But you could help me. You look like someone who's seen a fair bit of Avalon and isn't afraid to travel alone. I could use someone like that to finish the job my scout couldn't complete. Of course, you'd be properly compensated.
Okay. What exactly do you need me to do?
Take the road to Camelot, all the way to the Iron Gate, and report back on whether it's clear. Handle any smaller threats yourself, and tell me about any larger ones. The sooner the better. Think you can manage that?
Sure, no problem.
Great. Head out then. No need to write a report. Just come see me when you're back.
Okay, so we are going to head to Camelot itself. Interesting. Odivane says you owe restitution to the tavern's owner for closing it down.
Oh, yes. This again. You can tell her that if this matter is raised one more time, she will owe restitution to Camelot for each life lost to the Red Death in the region. That's my final word on this matter.
Wow. You closed down her tavern, refused to let it be reopened. And now you're trying to blame her for every single Red Death life lost in the entire region? That's very unfair.
I'll await your return.
Like, did she knowingly spread the Red Death around? Interesting. Well, that suddenly opens up a whole lot of quests for us, I think. Let's see. Currently we have Playing with Fire active, which was, right, investigating the inventor. I suppose I'll look into that first. Why not? Hi.
Oi, you. You're new here, aren't you? I don't think I've seen you around before.
Why? Is something wrong?
Ah, no, sorry. It's just that we don't see many new faces around here. Just us and the locals and, well, if you haven't noticed yet, they're not the friendliest bunch.
They seem friendly enough to me. They do seem rather unpleasant. They're just not friendly to you because you're trying to drive them out of their homes. Turns out people don't like that. They seem friendly enough to me.
Do they? Then maybe we're all just sick of looking at each other. I'm sure they're not all bad. This must all be quite hard for them. But it's not like I want to be here either. I've got a pregnant wife waiting for me at home, and they won't even let me buy a book for her.
A book?
Yeah, about birthing and labour and whatnot. It's going to be our first, you see, so my wife's worried sick. I wanted to send it to her to ease her mind, you know? But that Dalrita wench chased me out of her bookshop and won't let me back in.
Dalvita owns a bookshop here. Are you chased out? Let me guess. You want me to buy the book for you. Dalvita owns a bookshop here.
I know, right? And here I thought I'd seen everything. I was sure they didn't even know how to read. Anyway, Vrel seems to hate my guts.
Why were you chased out?
Because she hates Camelotians. Why else? I mean, I know the folks ain't exactly happy about us being here, but Vrel? She's Dalrita. They're taught to hate us from birth. That's all there is to it.
So let me guess, you want me to buy the book for you?
Well, could you? I'd be really grateful. Just don't tell her it's for me. She won't sell it to you otherwise. Please, I'll pay you back. I'll even throw in something extra. Please, for my wife.
Alright. Alright, I'll buy you the book.
Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Hello. Oh, you're nobody. Well, we're now back up here, which means if I knew where the prison was hiding, I could deal with that quest. Stuck in the cycle. I guess that was down in the lower area. What else do we have here? Old Bones, New Fire. Delicate Matter. What was Old Bones, New Fire? That's one of the ones we just got, right? Or when the local alchemist may have a solution for Asgal's condition. Alael, a priestess in training, might know of a remedy. Right, Asgal wants to be stronger. And so these are the different people. And then the bookseller, Vrel, may have knowledge. Okay. Let's go to the prison. We've made that food. So hopefully we can get our friend, question mark, out of prison. Alright. Yeah, I'm not going to pay his fine. I have the meal. Enjoy. Camelot delicacy and ale.
My lord, what a smell! And the drink. Full service. Go tell that madman he can start packing. When he's ready to leave the prison, and Connacht, I'll let him go.
Start packing. He's in prison. What does he have to pack?
You can't imagine how my heart rejoices that you didn't leave me here. So?
You're free, but you must leave Connacht.
Of course, of course. If they want to face the beast on their own, that's none of my concern. I wonder where I'll go. I've heard there are beasts lurking around the Forlorn Swords. I should head there. One less beast means at least one human life saved. I fear nothing anymore. I can do it. Thank you again, my friend. Farewell.
Okay, so we're gonna find him in trouble in the Forlorn Swords. That's my expectation. Anything else? Nope.
See you soon. Just behave, so I don't have to guard you too.
Alright, it is nighttime, so let's pop down a campfire. We can level up with even more spirituality and more energy feedback loop, I think. So 1/3 of our casts will restore half of the mana cost. Not bad. And then rest until, whoa, until morning. So now, what was delicate matter? Soldier named Rigby asked me to get a book for his wife. Ah, that one. And we were looking for Vrel, both for that as well as the Old Bones new fire. So that will lead me to her. I don't remember a Delrita with a bookshop, although I thought I'd been everywhere. Maybe I missed this, or maybe I just don't remember. Hi there, Imran.
Oh, forgive the mess. I didn't really have much choice about where to set up my things. Normally I'd be in a tavern, but, well, it looks like the tavern is closed until further notice. That means Varel's bookshop is the only place where I can read and work in peace.
Who are you? What are you working on right now? Do you know anything about the situation in Connacht, and what can you tell me about Vrel? Who are you?
Oh, of course, my apologies. I'm Imran. My thoughts tend to drift far from the present. I'm a scholar of sorts, though not the kind that hides behind walls of parchment. My calling is to seek out traces of what was lost. Ruins, relics, anything older than old. And yes, I'm a Pict. Not many of us wander these lands, I know. Staying in one place isn't exactly in my nature. So I travel, I learn, I dig through the bones of the world hoping to find something more ancient than mankind.
Okay. We haven't interacted with many Picts. What are you working on right now? I think we can probably go through all of this. What are you working on right now?
If you're asking out of politeness, let's just leave it at this. I thank you for your interest, but I won't give an answer. Trust me, I could talk the hind leg off a donkey. No need to waste time on such things.
I'm actually curious. You're right, I don't have time for it. I am curious.
Wow, that's really kind of you. So, thanks to Varel's generosity, I managed to get my hands on a certain book. Well, once a book. Now it's just a pile of loose pages. However, these are some truly fascinating loose pages. They're the writings of a Dalariata scribe from nearly 6 centuries ago. Incredible, right? But what's even more astonishing is the content. This man describes encounters with people who knew nothing of King Arthur or the homelands. Nothing at all. Do you understand what that suggests?
No, please continue. The Avalon might have been the home to... Yeah, because the theory is that all the people here came across with Arthur, and then they've just branched out with time. Like, Arthur's people were the first people on this island. But if there was someone 600 years ago who knew nothing about Arthur, then that implies there were people here before he arrived. No, please continue.
Ah, I'll tell you. It's so exciting. I suspect Avalon may have already been inhabited by a race similar to us, long before our arrival. I've traveled across much of the island, and I've come across some mentions of the people of Farpoint, a place far in the northernmost reaches of Avalon. Few have ever ventured there.
And what would those people of Farpoint be doing in the south? What about the weirdness enshrouding the entire island? Both good questions, I suppose. What would the people of Farpoint be doing in the south?
Perhaps the weirdness started to gather and ruin their crops, or made hunting more dangerous. Or maybe it was some sort of conflict that forced them to seek a new place on the island. Or perhaps they simply had a nomadic spirit. It's hard to say with the scraps of information I've managed to gather so far.
Okay. What about the weirdness enshrouding the entire island?
And so, my friend, here we are, staring down the question, or rather the flood of questions that wouldn't leave me alone. Many Picts I've known have prolonged contact with the weirdness. I thought it was just them, a bunch of lunatics, who first dared to embrace that strange force. And what if it was the first men who knew how to live alongside the weirdness? And think about it. If we could uncover how they did it, the possibilities would be endless. It could change everything.
So what are you planning to do now?
But now, I'm trying to pull together more valuable information from these writings. But honestly, I feel like I'm hitting a wall. I won't uncover anything new just sitting here. And unfortunately, I'm stuck here for the time being. I got injured on my way to Connacht, and I'm not quite back to my full strength yet.
What about your injury? Where do you want to go? I assume you're going to send us into a ruin somewhere. But first, tell me about your injury.
Oh, don't worry about that, really. It's more of a, let's call it an occupational hazard rather than an actual ailment. I have to give myself some time and everything will settle back into place. I'll be as fit as a fiddle, or whatever it is you say here. Yes, something like that.
Where do you want to go?
The Grotto of First Men. That tribal scribe detailed where it should be located. And I'm assuming you're asking for a reason, aren't you? I'd love to go there myself, but this is a matter of some importance to me. I don't want to wait for this one. So, if you're one of those bold souls who take such ventures, I'd be more than willing to entrust this task to you.
Sounds good. Sure, I'll find the grotto. I expect some sort of advance payment up front. No, I'll find the grotto.
Truly excellent. I'm deeply obliged, my friend. Here are the notes. They should guide you to the location. Return swiftly, and more importantly, safely. I'll eagerly be awaiting your return.
Okay. You mentioned you were looking for lost places. Is there anywhere like that around here? Have you ever heard of a place called the Sanctuary of Saras? I think that's one of the DLCs. Do you know anything about the situation in Connacht? You mentioned you were looking for lost places. Is there anywhere like that around here?
I once heard a legend of a mysterious chapel that appears only to those it chooses. Many adventurers have gone to seek it, but I've never heard of anyone returning to tell the tale. Some say it holds a sacred spring that cures all ailments. Others say it is a passage to the very bottom of the sea, the domain of the Lord of the Seas himself. But I've never found any proof of either claim.
Okay. Do you know anything? Well, we lost the Sanctuary of Saras question, oddly. Do you know anything about the situation in Connacht?
The place seems to attract trouble. Not a good place, then. I'd run out of breath listing all the things that plague this place. And I haven't even been here that long. Of all the misfortunes these poor people are facing, I'd wager the men here is the gravest of them. The Red Death, troubling as it is, seems manageable, at least with the intervention of the priests. But the weirdness, shoot. If the men here goes out, these people will face a far greater peril than any sickness or human form of conflict.
And what can you tell me about Vrel?
I heard she was a Dalariata who runs a bookshop in Connacht. I was a bit apprehensive about meeting her. I thought I'd find someone overly rattled and stripped of her own cultural heritage. But Varel, she's different. And I admire her work that she even bothers to do it. Sometimes, it feels like people have lost all interest in discovery, whether it's the kind found in verses or the kind waiting out there in the wide world.
Okay.
I'll get back to work.
Thank you. We have read Volume 7. So that's nothing new. Another one of the Beautiful Liliana books. You got a lot of books. I could just read all of them, except apparently you have to steal them first. Alright. Hello. Vrel?
Welcome to Varel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, kindly leave before you start.
You mean people were doing more than just reading here? See you, Dalrita. People are doing more than just reading here.
Aye. Look, I don't begrudge anybody their reading habits. Each to their own. But some things should be kept private.
Yeah. So you're Dalrita.
Aye. Not only can I read, I can even make recommendations. Imagine that.
Hi.
So, if you have a joke to tell, don't bother. I'm pretty sure I've heard them all.
I've got nothing against the Dalrita. A Dalrita owning a bookshop, isn't that quite a rare sight? Oh, I've got one. A Dalrita walks into a bookshop. It's quite the rare sight.
Perhaps it is. But you'd think that so-called civilized people would accept it with mere grace. Hearing the same crude comments over and over again makes me feel like I've never left the training grounds. Then there are the braver ones who tell me I'm not welcome here. Hell, it's just like talking to my sister. They all have more in common than they think, although mostly it's just prejudice.
I'm looking for a book about pregnancy and labor. We do need that. It sounds like there's no love lost between you and your tribe. How'd you end up in Quinacht? My friend told me the Dalrita have some strengthening potions. They want to try it. Oddly, that's not showing up as a quest item. Sounds like there's no love lost between you and your tribe.
Eh? They're no bad. I know it might sound like I was some poor, misunderstood girl with unusual interests, but that wasn't the case. I was a rightful member of the tribe, and believe me, I didn't get my name for nothing. My father made sure of it. I just wasn't my sister. Funnily enough, she was the one who saw it as a problem. Vran believed that my lack of ambition to be the top Volker warrior somehow made her look bad. Every time I went to the temple to read in peace, she was on my ass about it. Until one day, she yelled at me to either step up or get the hell out of her tribe. You can guess the rest.
I've met Vran. Was Vran the leader of the people that were at the temple, I suppose? I remember there was kind of an intense woman leading their tribe, or their group. I've met Vran. Does that mean you're nameless now? I wouldn't think so. I've met Vran.
Oh, great. How's she doing? Still on her path to becoming the pinnacle of tribal perfection?
She joined One Eye. She's dead, I'm sorry. She's not dead. She joined One Eye.
Of course she did. It doesn't surprise me that she decided to join a fanatic. Though it is amusing that she chose one capable of using compound sentences. She never believed in the power of words. But perhaps that's exactly why she ended up following a man who fed her beautiful lies.
So does that mean you're nameless now?
I am no sure. When they decide to kick you out and take your name, they make a whole ceremony of it. But I left pretty much the moment my sister stopped yelling. You don't have to be there for it though. Vran might have been pissed off enough to go through with it. So, maybe. I don't really care. I'm not gonna stop using my name just because my little sister told me to.
It's fair. How did you end up in Connacht?
This shop belonged to my late husband. We met on the road. I was a mercenary hired to protect the caravan. He was a fine older gentleman, fascinated with a Del Rita lass who shared his love for books. It was a lethal combination for my poor heart. We didn't get near enough years together, but we were happy. We didn't have much family left, and they couldn't care less about this place, so he left it all to me.
Then why stay here? I mean, probably for the memory of her late husband.
Well, I can't just take the shop and hitch it to a cart, can I? Although I suppose that might be more or less what I need today. I didn't hate living here, you know. It was fine when my husband was still alive. I even thought people were starting to warm up to me. And then he died, and the respect died with him. And then Camelot arrived. Everything just went downhill for there.
Yeah. My friend told me the Dalrita have some strengthening potions. They'd want to try it.
Let me guess. Your friend's a Camlosian who's heard the Berserker potion can make a man tear a bear's arms from its sockets. And now he thinks he can be like us. Hate to break it to you, but that's not how it works. Our strength comes from battle, from blood, and that brew is Mither's ain rage running in our veins. Besides, it's a tribe secret. I might have left the Volker, but I'm no about to hand our secrets just to anybody.
Fair. Still, you must have something useful. Nobody said it has to be a real recipe. I'm not gonna give him garbage. Do you have anything useful?
Camlosians and their love for shortcuts, but fine, have it your way. If your friend thinks swallowing something will help, maybe I can lend a horn. Here, it's harmless. Mostly herbs and a bit of spice. My father used to say true strength lies in the mind. So if your friend is as determined as you say, who knows? This might be enough for them. Good luck convincing them it's the real deal. That's half the battle.
Okay. Let's open your shop, see what you've got, before I ask the quest thing. The Avalon Crimes, number 26. Strong health potions, I think we already have that. Stone Wardens, our brother in the craft. What's this symbol mean? I wonder if that means those are ones we haven't read. Unsure. Nope, I'm done with you.
Welcome back. Do you need any recommendations?
I'm looking for a book about pregnancy and labor.
Oh, expecting a wee one? Congratulations. Lucky you. I don't think I've seen a newborn in Cunicht for as long as I've lived here.
Thank you, it's our first. Actually, it's not for me, but a soldier named Rigby. He told us that we're not supposed to mention it's for him or she wouldn't sell. Thank you, it's our first.
Is that so? How about you tell me the truth?
Okay, so we failed. Actually, it's not for me, but a soldier named Rigby.
Oh, is it now? Well, well, well. And why can't he come home and buy it himself?
You know why? He said you chased him off because you hate Camelosians. I mean, I'm not going to just say you know why. He said you chased him off.
Oh, that's precious. I chased him off because he couldn't take no for an answer. He came in and tried to seduce me. Told me he just loves to devour books. But he'd gladly do the same with me. Books, sure. Maybe for breakfast, to add variety to his military fare. When I told him I wasn't interested, he got all pissed off and called me an ugly, dumb savage. I only let him leave with his teeth intact to avoid proving him right. Tell you what, I'll sell you that book. But fair warning, I'll be sending his pure wife the story of Giron the Unfaithful, with a special edition forward for me. Deal?
Deal, or I think you should do it the other way around. Give Rigby the story of Geraint the Unfaithful. Yeah, give Rigby the story of being unfaithful.
You presume a man like that can be taught reason? I'm afraid the book's lesson will be completely lost on him, if he even bothers to read it. He might just tear out a few pages every time he goes to the privy.
Everyone deserves a chance to learn, or you're right, let's go with your idea. Everyone deserves a chance to learn.
Fine. I won't make myself a hypocrite out of spite. I'll send his wife the priestess's book. May Mather at least bless her with a smooth labour, since she couldn't bless her with a decent man.
Alright. Managed to convince Vrel to send Rigby's wife a different book. Now I should give him...
Well, I'm glad
story of
someone
being
here is
unfaithful.
interested in my books. See you next time.
Yeah, thank you. Let's go report to him.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
If I just stay...
Hello.
Hi. Have you had a chance to drop by the bookshop yet?
You lied to me. Vrel told me you were harassing her. I have a book, don't worry. Your wife will get the one about midwifery. You lied to me. Vrel told me you were harassing her.
What? I wasn't harassing her. I was just being friendly. I don't see what the big deal is. Besides, she should be grateful. I bet a savage like her doesn't get all that many compliments, especially not from men like me.
Yeah, no. That's called harassment. I have a book, don't worry. Your wife will get the one about midwifery.
What? What is this shit? What am I supposed to do with this?
You could read it and learn from it. I don't care, just pay me back. You could read it and learn from it.
Did that Rita bitch put you up to this? A savage, teaching me morals. Don't make me laugh. So I like women. What of it? What my wife doesn't know won't hurt her. Besides, what else am I supposed to do when I'm away from her for months on end?
Be a
A man
decent
has
husband?
needs, you know? I'm not a red priest, damn it. Take your money and get lost. I don't want to talk to you again.
Alright. Well, hopefully you'll learn. I guess while I'm here, I will also give you the potion. We've got to somehow convince you it's the real deal. I have a few deserters for you. I can't give you the potion. I have a few deserters for you.
Good. Keep it up. I have no respect for cowards.
Yes?
And nothing to say about the bounties.
I'll await your return.
Okay, probably we need to get other potions or something. Or did she give me a recipe? And that's what I'm missing. No, those are all bounties. Denholm's orders. Lieutenant, you are hereby instructed to discontinue any further investigation or surveillance of Mr. Furkett, the inventor, effective immediately. Please ensure all personnel under your command are made aware of this directive and comply without delay. I expect you and your unit to return to headquarters at your earliest convenience. Upon your return, a detailed report of all prior engagements with Mr. Furkett is to be submitted for review. Thank you for your cooperation and prompt compliance. Respectfully, Commander Denholm. Okay, but I think we will end the episode here. Next time, maybe we'll go talk to Furkett. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye.